Objectives analysis transforms the problem tree into its change state after the development problem has been resolved. It helps stakeholders imagine what the change situation will be, identifies the means and ends logical relationship, and visualizes the means and ends relationship via an objectives tree diagram. Procedures. Step 1. Formulate the objective statement. Transform the development problem in the problem tree to a positive and desirable condition or objective. The objective statement should be realistically achievable and not a mere literal conversion of a negative expression into its positive equivalent. Framing a solution mechanically will not necessarily become a sound intervention. Discuss with the stakeholders to obtain clarity, completeness, and doability of the objective statement before proceeding. In the transformation from the problem tree to the objectives tree, you should ensure that its objective should make sense as an improved state. It should be realistic and achievable. Avoid gaps. Have we left out any other objective that would be needed to reach an improved condition? Consider the shareholders' reactions. Consider possible risks and assumptions. Step 2. Convert the direct causes into objectives. One by one, convert the direct causes in the problem tree and convert them into objectives. Ensure its objectives' logic and doability. Omit them or add additional objectives as and when appropriate. Place all direct means objectives in a horizontal line below the development objective. Together, they form the direct means for achieving the objective statement. Note that the number of objectives is not restricted to the number of problems identified in the problem tree. Step 3. Convert all problem statements into objective statements. Omit or add new statements if these appear relevant, logical, and necessary to achieve the direct objective at the next higher level. Step 4. Examine each statement above the development objective and convert it into a positive, desirable statement. Step 5. Review all the objectives. Ensure that all means-ends relationships are valid and no key relationship has been missed. Note that the objectives tree is not necessarily the mirror image of the problem tree. Step 6. Draw the lines. Ensure logic and completeness by asking, will the successful completion of these objectives achieve the next higher objective state? Application. Consider the river pollution objectives tree shown here. To improve the river water quality, the planners intend to A. Reduce the dumping of solid waste. B. Lessen the wastewater discharge by households and nearby factories. And C. Improve wastewater treatments to meet environmental standards. Eventually, threat to river ecosystem is reduced, fish stocks in the river improved, and waterborne diseases frequency will decline. Conclusions. The objective tree generates the desired outcome, required outputs, and the intended impacts. Issues involving political, socio-economic, environmental, or technical feasibility or the various objectives that may emerge should be clarified and resolved prior to finalizing the design. It creates a common vision for the change intended. This vision helps stakeholders to see beyond their individual goals and interests. Try to develop an objective statement for each problem. Avoid skipping any if you can. Include objectives for the adaptive challenges involved in creating changes.